won't be long tonight. We're just going to be here until probably 9. So it's 8 o'clock now. Well, it's a bit over 8 hours. Just really after coming back there 7:30 there. We'll go live for an hour tonight. Most likely tomorrow. I don't think we'll do Mafia tonight in the woods. So I don't really have a lot to go through. A good bit of videos to catch up onto YouTube and all that. So a good bit to watch basically on YouTube. So have to catch up on all this stuff. Cause see, that's the worst thing when you're out nearly all day today. You don't get any chance to watch anything, to see anything. So you need to keep up because again my watch later is about 1 million videos now. Who's that? Sorry, that's probably Sean. Hello, Sean. How are you today? How is business? Let's see. Sorry, give 2 seconds. Fun stuff. How is the walk? Not too bad. It's very nippy out there, but apart from that, not bad. I know with the camera, I know people will be saying, what the fuck is the camera changed? My tablet's just charging, so that's why it's in the... Yeah, it feels like some of the snow up in Ballyconnor there. Up at the mountains in Ballyconnor. Like, you think it would be snow, because it's actually that cold, it would actually should snow. In theory, it should snow. Because it is that cold, it should really snow. But yeah, up in the mountains there in Ballyconnor, the snow. Like up at the top of the mountain. Well, not the mountain, it's kind of like a hill, but it's high up. So it's just snow. Probably up in Kerry and under the mountain, snow on the top of the mountains. What am I clicking? I'm clicking everything. But hopefully maybe there'll be a bit of snow anyway at Christmas. It'd be nice to have some of it. Not much now, but a bit now and again would be nice. Again, we won't be long tonight, just to say. It'll be only for an hour. Because again, I have to catch up with some of this YouTube content. That thing charged, no, it's not charged. Just checking because it's way over the side of the room and sometimes I wouldn't notice the light was off it. Let's see now. I can change the music too if people want me. I wait for a while and see what people say. is that? That a wet hand? What is that kind of about? I haven't really heard any more about the Hunt Biden stuff yet. Just scrolling through the Twitter. I'm just seeing what's happening in the country. Ooh, I'm clicking everything. Oh, I got turned the door. Anyway, hopefully by March, anyway, I have a new table. Like the state of the things on at the moment. It'll be a bit more high up because it's pretty low down at the moment. So we'll be in business when that happens. Most likely will. Just give me a second, sorry. Apologies, sorry. Just moving something there. It was out of place. I was looking over it wasn't in its right place, so I just wanted to move it. Because I forget to move it, I didn't do that. Ooh. Now, eventually I would look over and probably see it'd be out of place. Huh? But anyway, next Friday will be a big day on our channel, basically. It'll be a bit of fun. So hopefully maybe it'll be good for you people here now. So I need to look it up because I just thought of something in my head that was. just looking up something. I don't even know what to make of that now. That's insane. Yeah, that's fine. Happy enough now. It's probably going to be quiet night. See, people be ready to go to, people be relaxing, going to walk now Sunday. And so you know yourself, everybody be panicking now, trying to buy stuff and get stuff, and yes, there will be many people now. I understand now. But I have nothing really else to do for the moment. Not up until 9 anyway. Because again, I just want to watch a few YouTube videos because I haven't got. You only got watching one. I actually only got watching 2 yesterday. Yeah, throughout the whole day, and I have about nearly 300 in my watch later, so I need to get through it. In the foreseeable future, let's put it that way. Mainly this Christmas, not next Christmas. But yeah. Do you want me to change? Does anybody want me to change? I can change over to another one if you wish me to. Another Christmas music, yeah. That thing, oh no, so. Nobody else, no. You're the only one, Sean. You're the only one, you're the only person left. See, the reason why, because it's Christmas and, well, not Christmas technically, but, people be panicking, and particularly again, yourself. Hello, I suppose, I thank you for being here, Sean. But yourself, people be busy this time of year. It's probably the busiest time for people. What's this bit? Right. I was supposed to took the knee, the English team. For God only knows what, but anyway. Okay. But see, nowadays, football and all that's all politicised. I know kind of making a statement and things like that. It's important to make a statement about different things, but technically not because it's really about football. But you could debate it. But there'll be more here anyway next Friday. See a lot of people be here anyway. Do you know, Sean? I don't know. Do you know? But when is Elon Musk restoring people's banned accounts? Even I don't have any, but I'm just kind of wondering when he do, because he said he was going to do it, but I don't know when he's going to do it. Which Christmas doesn't matter. Do you know at all? Because I haven't heard anything. I looked it up earlier on. I couldn't come across anything. I know. Oh yeah, I know Donald Trump's back, but I'm talking about general. Like he said, it's going to be general amnesty for everybody. Basically, that's what he said. I know Donald Trump's back. Yes, I'm aware of that. But I just don't know. But like he said, everybody who was suspended would be brought back unless they broke the law or were in and spam or whatever. Hello, Sean. How are you? To know what wait, they're your friends. No, I'm just asking because I remember him saying it, Sean, and I'm just kind of wondering, when would he do it? I suppose because he said he was going to do it, so and people voted overwhelmingly. It seems like on Twitter. I think it was 3 million people said they wanted the back. It was like he done a poll on Twitter. I don't know where you're on Twitter, Sean, but he done a poll. I'm just kind of interested to see because he might just back out of it because, you never know. Yeah, he said he was going to do it soon, I think, but I can't remember when he said, but I don't know. We have to wait and see, I suppose. The general public, I know, but I suppose it is democracy in a way. It's not like one person in the room, Sean, is saying, dude, at least people have to say. I've seen Elon Musk. I'm not the biggest fan now of Elon Musk, but you have to respect him for giving people a choice to vote, I suppose too. Like he was arguing with people. I seen him arguing with one person who disagreed and said, the exact same thing as you said. It doesn't work. You should have it for everybody in Twitter. The way you get it pushed to Twitter. So basically, everybody in Twitter would have a vote. And Elon Musk was like, it's not feasible. Some people might not want to vote. But I suppose he could have done something like that. He could have to everybody. Take for example, if you were on Twitter, Sean, you get a notification. I get a notification. Everybody would get a notification. Should we state ban accounts? To everybody. Like I think they said 90 million people was on Twitter or something like that across the world. And everybody would have the whole choice. So everybody on Twitter would have a choice. And I think that would be fair. So everybody would have a chance to vote and be heard and have their opinions heard. But as it was in that tweet too, I've seen people arguing against it and seen people arguing for it. And that's democracy. People, it's a public debate as well. And I've seen loads of people, and I agree with some people who disagreed. Some people could have, Elon Musk basically said about if you broke the law, things like that. What doesn't sound too democratic? Like people having a say, as I say, if it went out to everybody, like say for example you on Twitter, Sean, you got it through Twitter there to vote yes or no. Should we reinstate? It is democratic because everybody on Twitter has a choice, has a vote, and they could choose to not vote, and say, I don't feel like voting or whatever. But I think that's democratic because everybody on Twitter has a say. Because again, these are the people who use the platform, and I think that would be fair. I think that would be fair. If I was Elon Musk, I would do that. But I think Elon Musk said, it would. I don't know. So he said something. I can't remember what he said, but he said something like it. But you know what I'm saying, Sean? Because that would be democratic. Because the 90 million people on Twitter would have been able to have a say. Would have been able to use their voice, use their vote to be heard. So you know yourself. That's democratic because you're giving people a choice. You're giving people the option to vote to say yes or no. And as I say, even the poll there. I know you might say that doesn't represent everybody. But, a good lot of people applied and said, I disagree on this basis, I disagree. And that's democracy because you're getting both sides, even though, and again, a poll, as I say, 3 million, 4 million people voted on that one, I think it was. I can't remember exactly, don't quote me on exactly what, but it was about 26% or 30%, let's give or take 30% were against it, right? So that might have been by maybe 500,000 people or something like that. It's not democratic. The majority should be protected. What shouldn't be protected? Oh, I know what you say, but again, you have to admit that there's a bit of democracy compared to other things. Like, take for example, was in the backroom deal, and Elon Musk, was talking to higher up people on Twitter and things like that. So at least you have a choice. The only man, like the working man, like yourself and me, have a voice. Well, basically, have a bit of a voice compared to if they were in the backroom. I'm sure you agree with me on that bit. That at least the only man, you and me, the only working man who goes up early in the morning to work, can have a voice heard, I suppose, in a way. But I know you might not think it's democratic, but it's kind of it's better than nothing. Let's put it that way. I know you probably would say people should go out and vote. Like if they even done that, if Twitter even done that at an election in every country, where you could go out and you have your ballot paper, you could go and vote. They could have done something like that. Twitter would have the resources to do that. Elon Musk would have the resources to do that. I know, but they could have done something like that. But I suppose it's the best of what you can get. I suppose. I know they could have done it better. I agree with you, Sean. They could have found a better option to try and work it out better for people to have a better say. But I think it's still good that people would have a say. You get what I'm saying? It's better than not having a say. And again, I agreed with 2 or 3 people, and I remember retweeting them on Twitter here, that disagreed and said, we shouldn't restore our banned accounts. And they went through it. I can't remember exactly what they said, but they said something about other things, and I agreed with one of them saying, we should look at it on a by person basis. What did they do? Exactly. But some people did, break the law in terms of tweets and things like that. And then some people, were in terms of bullying and stuff like that. They were picking on people. Things that they should be looked at. It should be looked at on person by person basis to see, is this person, like take for example, if you're going to keep them. Well, I never been banned. No, I've never been banned. I've always been on Twitter. I'm sure you follow me and Sean on Twitter, but I've never been banned once. Never been banned. Never been anything. Never was. Like my account's always been up. How long is my account actually here for? How long? I have it since 2017, Sean. Actually, it's probably been 2017. Yeah. 2017. So I've never been banned, never been anything. Never once. So I've always been very pleasant to people on Twitter. I've always treated them with respect. And that's the way I can do. I do not follow you. Oh wait, do you have Twitter? Just randomly, do you have Twitter? Like, are you on Twitter? I probably follow you. I don't know. I follow so many people on Twitter. Or do you use Twitter? I suppose you don't have that, so if you don't want to, but just interesting to see. Because you're probably missing that. You probably would miss out in the context of different things that's happening on Twitter. What I'm talking about. Like, it's good in a way, Twitter. There's some good stuff you see in Twitter, and then obviously some negative stuff. So, it's good to support, because again, Twitter drives the speech in public. 1, 4, 3, 5. Yeah, that's me. Yeah, that's it. That's me. Adrian Logan for the win. Yes, that's my what do you call that? What do you call that? Is that username? What would that be called? Username? No, that Adrian Logan for the win would be my what would that be called? What would, like, underneath it? Your tag. It's supposed tag? Yeah, your tag. So yeah, that'd be my tag. So yeah, I took you on the right account. You probably do follow me, and you probably don't know. A lot of people said they thought they followed me, and they didn't follow me. Oh wait, I didn't follow this account just now. I never signed up to Twitter. Too many. Okay, I had so many numbers. God only knows. It was a long time, Sean. I couldn't tell you. At the time, I suppose in 2017, to be totally honest, I kind of just wanted the Twitter account, and I was like, I don't really care. Like, I could probably change it. I don't know. Can you change it, Sean? Do you know? Like, it's nothing in particular that I would change it if I could. Like, can you change it? That's the question. You probably would know better than me. I kind of just have it. You can. Okay. But I don't know how to do it. That's the thing. Well, probably let me see for a second. I have to look into that, actually. I probably look into that in the future, because I don't want it like that to be done. I'd rather just have it intro open. But maybe you have to have it with numbers or something. Do you actually? Let me just check. Probably have to. Only 1K followers, yeah. Yeah, but TikTok and all that is kind of taken over YouTube. But well, YouTube's still obviously the popular website. Like, a lot of people still use YouTube for watching videos and things like live streams and stuff like that. Yeah, I understand. But for YouTube too, for watching videos and things like that. Oakland Fianna Fáil. Yeah, a lot of Fianna Fáil people follows me. As I said to you before, a few Oakland Fianna Fáil are desperate to get me to join Fianna Fáil. They asked me 3 or 4 times, and I just did. Like, a lot of them follow me. I have a lot of councillors and TDs and things follow me. I'm well known, so. But yeah, is that surprised you? Like, I think I know the person who's over the account in Oakland Fianna Fáil. Do they? I didn't even know that. See, a lot of people follow me, John. I wouldn't know who follows me. I knew the Oakland Finn follow because I think I know the post number. Well, I suppose that's your opinion. I can't really speak in a party, but I don't know. I didn't even know they were following me. Because see, I have a lot of followers. They have 1,000 followers. I can't keep tracking everybody. You know yourself. It's probably difficult to follow everybody. And like I know a few other people follow me too. I was watching this thing actually. Funny enough. Hello, Alan. I was watching this thing. Funny enough. I just bring it up when I'm looking at my Twitter. You know, the ocean is so deep. Like we never explored the whole ocean. Like there's an example on my Twitter that you probably have seen it, Sean. There. Like if you look at it, it's from History Fates. We tweeted this about 2 hours long, about 2 hours ago, and it just shows how deep the ocean is. Like it's ridiculously deep. Like it's it's like if you look at that video there. Did you know the ocean was that deep? Like it probably is deeper than that than it shows. Like it's ridiculous. And we don't even know what's in the bottom of the ocean, like the ocean depth. And we're talking about going to space and stuff like that, but we can't even understand what's in that planet. And the total thing, the next Friday, yeah, we'll probably will. This Friday, sorry, coming. This Friday coming, yes. What's your couch, Sean, anyway, further than I give you a follow? I'll give you a follow only. Because usually I follow people who follow me in the channel. If you want to give it to me. You don't have to if you don't want to. It's entirely up to you. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And then we're talking about going to space and we don't even know what's on the bottom. Like in the very, very bottom of the oceans. You think we would want to know what's on the bottom. Like there's probably sea creatures that we've never heard of and on the bottom of the ocean. We wouldn't know they're there. And like there'd be plants, there'd be things like that underneath the ocean that we probably would never know they were there. And that's the thing. And then we're talking about going to Mars. We're talking about going to, to Venus. We're talking about going here. We're going to there. Do you follow Ben Scallon? Do I follow him? He doesn't follow me. I follow him. I usually follow anyway the mainstream media. The media in general. I usually follow a lot of the media in general. That's what I'm saying. Like there could be God knows what underneath. It could be a dinosaur underneath the ocean. Well, that can breathe underwater or something like that. Like it's so far down. Like if you think about it, I don't know. Any human probably hasn't gone that far. Like in a submarine or something like that, maybe, possibly. But it'd still be like it'd be hours and hours. Imagine going from the very top to the bottom of the ocean. Like it must be about like to the really, really bottom. Like it must be about 40 something hours to go to in a submarine. Like you couldn't dive down to it. You couldn't do it. I follow whoever follows me. But yeah, what's your couch, Sean? If you wish me, I can give you a follow. It's entirely up to you, man. Oh, is this the disco you're talking about, Aaron? It's usually be Christmas discos. It's Christmas discos on down here. But if you want to give me your Twitter account, I'll give you a follow, Sean. If you wish to. Maldred, that's a congresswoman from... Who's Maldred Terry Green? Who's that? Yeah, but who's Maldred Terry Green? I heard the name, but I can't think of where she's from. She's not an Irish person, I don't. Who is she? She sounds like an American. I actually don't even know who she is, Sean. I know the name, but who's she? Like she's some congresswoman, I think, in America. I don't know. It's probably long time since I followed her. Like who's she, Sean? I don't know. Well, Christmas. I'd be definitely wearing the next Friday. Yeah. Who is she? I know. I've heard the name, but just is it for? Is she the congresswoman from South Carolina? Yeah, she's the congresswoman from South Carolina. Yeah, I think I know. She's the Republican Party. Yeah, I know. Yeah, sorry, I couldn't even remember. See, I follow so many people too. How many people do I follow on Twitter, particularly? 1,600 people. Like I have to try to remember everybody. It's a lot of people, Sean. I'm sure you agree. But well, at the end of the day, as I say to you, I follow some Democrats on Twitter too. Like I follow AOC and things like that on Twitter. I know that because I see stuff with AOC every once in a while. Like you have to get both sides, I suppose, of the story. And that's what I do. Like I follow some Democrats in Congress and things like that, and some Republicans and things. Oh, the Italian Prime Minister, I just followed her. Because again, she's a Prime Minister of a European country. Usually I follow all the Prime Ministers. Like I follow Emmanuel Macron, take for example. The French Prime Minister. Usually I follow the leaders of other countries, that's what I'm trying to say. I used to follow the Japanese Prime Minister too, before he got assassinated, what do you call him? I followed the Australian, the former Scott Morrison used to be there. Then I followed Jacinda Ardern and who else? The Finnish Prime Minister, obviously. I think they followed the Norwegian Prime Minister. Is she the governor of Arizona? Yeah, she's the governor of Arizona. I don't know. I think she's good at speaking, to be totally honest with you. I've heard her before. And, she's good at speaking. She is really good, and she gives the media a very hard time. Which, I think every politician should give the media a very hard time because they don't ask the tough questions. So, yeah, I do follow her because of that. I think she's good with the media. She's able to give them a good telling off and say, telling them what they should do. I'm sure you agree, Sean. Like, she is good with the media. You have to give her that. Whatever, you might disagree with her politics, but you have to say she's good in engaging with the media and talking to the media. Like, you give her that at least, innit? But yeah, what's your couch, Sean? But I'll give you a follow if you want me to give you a follow. I have no problem. If you wish, again, if you wish. It's entirely up to you. I can give you a follow if you want a follow. Dun, 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 to you and your king, we wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy. Sorry, I just like singing the Christmas music sometimes. But if you've seen this, I was talking about it last night in Rotterdam. Oh, Kerry Whitner house is there. Isn't he the Pharaoh? Yeah, he's the Pharaoh in America, yes. See, I followed him, but you remember when his trial was going on? When he was up on trial. Yeah, I followed him because of that. I was getting the updates on what was happening. Well, that's a whole different kettle of fish show now. Cause some people haven't looked at their Twitter cats and turkeys yet. Your Christmas tree? Yeah, I can show you. Give me 2 seconds. If I could find it, just give me 2 seconds. Oh yeah. I forgot that I have my Brother's Bridge Christmas top. And that's my Brother's Bridge Christmas top. I even forgot I had this. I actually probably wear this now. Because I actually forgot I had it. Yeah. So that's my only Christmas thing. That's my Christmas t-shirt then. Then I have this. I have this one. It's a Fortnite. I bought it in GameStop one year. It's a nice Fortnite top. I don't know if you can see that well. Yeah, but that's entirely up to you, John. But I'm just saying, do you want me to follow you? That's entirely up to you. But yeah, I'm sure you would agree. I'm entitled to really follow whoever I want, to be totally honest. Like, it is a free platform. It's not like these people are banned or anything like that. Like, you can't really go around criticizing who I follow, I know you're entitled to your free speech, of course. But, I won't go onto your profile and say, oh, you follow this person. I'm going to, say because you follow this person. I respect who you follow. Because it's, again, your own boss tries to again, that's his own business, Sean, to be totally honest. It's his own business. It's not really up to me to say what you should be doing or what you shouldn't be doing, Oh, I saw knocking now. Yeah, that's entirely up to you, Sean. I'm not getting involved. It's your own couch. I won't interfere, and that's the last of what I'm saying. That's okay. Leo Frack is trending on Twitter. Rockstar's trending, England's trending, Game Awards. I just look at the trends nowadays. I got a Christmas sub in the Deadpool penny shop. Very good, Alan. Very good. Let me see. Having a brain lag. What time are we at that time? Okay. Ooh, what have I clicked on it? Clicking on everything. Let me see. Yeah, I just seen a video there on Twitter. And it's about fish underwater, basically. And it's about 20 miles down into the ocean. And the fish are just swimming away like they don't care. Like, you wonder how these lives survive underwater, like so far underwater, like 20 kilometers. Think about that. Like that's a lot of kilometers underwater. And how can the fish survive? Like, it's unbelievable. But again, our planet is a nice place. Like we don't appreciate it that much. It's your town of Christmas. Yeah, we do indeed. The ones in the town in Cavan there are being torn down. Tomorrow night, I think it is. Tomorrow night. It's the 5th. So yeah, the 5th tomorrow, they're turning on the Christmas tree and the lights. The official ceremony, in other words. So it should be fun. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm just thinking about that. I've just seen it on Twitter again. That's the good thing about Twitter. It makes you think about some things. And like, I wouldn't have never thought about that until I seen how much it goes down, and it's a huge amount. Oh, I know, but we should appreciate too just how beautiful the planet is. Like, you think about the different varies too. Like, you think about Australia's deserts, its outback, and things like that. And then you go to Ireland, there's nice green fields. It's a unique planet. Like. And then you take the oceans, the lakes, the rivers, the seas. You take of the forest, the Amazon, things like that. But unfortunately, humans are destroying the Amazon, which is unfortunate. And the people were trying to anger too, yeah. They're off the Bahamas and things like that. A lot of planes, a lot of ships have gone missing there over the last years. It's quite interesting, but I think it's what they call it. I think it's just a weather phenomenon that is causing planes and things to go missing. I think it's just accidents. Oh yeah, I agree with you, Sean, on that. Yeah. I met Helen McAtee in the door. I told us tomorrow, and she treated us to a nice lunch. Very good now. Very, very good. Anyway, everybody looking forward to Christmas anyway, because we're literally... How many days actually until it's Christmas? That's actually fun. That's actually a question I would actually like to know. Like, exactly, what's the time? How many days to Christmas? 21 days. 21 days. What's the time on? What's the time? How many hours, I should ask? So 21 days, lads. How many hours to Christmas? Christmas. How many hours? It's about 400 hours. 400 hours. Yeah, 3 weeks from yesterday, exactly. It's basically 600, I don't know about that. 20 sleeps, 10 hours and 44. So basically, you're basically not too far away, basically. That's what I'm trying to say. Oh, I know that, but I celebrate Christmas, and I say, I can understand people, but again, I celebrate, the vast majority of people celebrate, I don't want to ruin people's Christmas, But you can do it, as I said to you yesterday, Sean, if you wish to do it, it's entirely up to you, I can understand I understand and respect your opinion on that, yeah, because there's people that don't celebrate, I agree on that, but, I won't change my voice and the way I speak, because... somebody might be offended. If we done that in society, we get nothing done at all. I understand people don't celebrate, but again, they have to be open to things. They have to be open to things. We have to be transparent because they celebrate stuff too, and we have to respect them too, and they have to respect us. It goes both ways too. Like, take for example, other religions might celebrate their own thing, and we respect that. I have no problem with that. They can more power to them, and they should respect, obviously ours. And whoever doesn't respect, whoever, if they don't celebrate Christmas, obviously they celebrate something else. So it kind of works both ways, and I respect anybody who has the religious thing or whatever. Yeah, like you could say that, but it depends. It depends who you talk to. Again, it's an opinion, really. If you look at the demographics and things that's a different story. That's a whole different kettle of fish. You get into numbers, you get into details and things like that. You could debate it all night. Like you couldn't name, I couldn't name off demographics in each county, and we'd be here all night debating it. So again, people are entitled to have their Christmas. Like the vast majority of people I know and things that celebrate Christmas. The vast majority, I know there's a few might, and I agree with you, John. There's a few that don't, but I'm sure they wouldn't mind. People having, again, it's all about having a bit of fun, a bit of a laugh, and things like that. I'm sure people wouldn't mind. Like they're not out. Like we're not out. People who celebrate Christmas to cause harm to people, to annoy people, upset people. Christmas is a time of forgiveness, for love, and for joy, and for remembrance too of a dead too. Don't let under the Christmas time. But I understand, John. I agree with you that. But I'm sure you would agree that people are entitled to celebrate the holidays, and they shouldn't have to censor themselves for other people too. You get what I'm saying? Like, I'm sure you agree on that, because it is democracy after all, and people are entitled to speak about it. I know, I agree, I understand people do, and again, I have to emphasize this enough. I know some people that don't celebrate, and I know 2 or 3 people that might not celebrate Christmas. One particularly, again, this is another thing, but it's not really related to religion and things like that. The mother died during Christmas morning, so they, say ever since then, they, never felt like doing anything for Christmas, and it kind of broke them, I suppose, in terms of Christmas, because it just brings back memories. That's probably what's hurt them with Christmas. So they don't celebrate, they don't do anything on Christmas. So you can understand that, I understand that, but then I know 2 or 3 people that don't because of their religion or whatever. And they're perfectly entitled to have more power to them. But, they wouldn't say to me, don't censor yourself. They would, if I came across them and I said Happy Christmas. Because again, around Christmas time, people can just say that, just say that, because it's a thing that flows off the tongue very quickly at Christmas time, because obviously it's Christmas and things like that. People, I don't think people were bad and Irish, them 2 people I know, I don't think they were bad and Irish. They'd be happy to people enjoying themselves, spending time with family, having something to eat and things like that. People would be happy with that. And so maybe the 1 or 2 that wouldn't be too pleased with it. But at the end of the day, as I say, people are entitled to celebrate the things and say whatever they want in terms of that. Like, it's not being disrespectful. Like, unless we went around and asked everybody, do you celebrate Christmas? Like, if I went on every street in the road, every road in the country, and then went around and said, do you celebrate Christmas and things like that, Oh, I know that. I understand that. I 100% understand that. That's what I'm saying about religions. But, I'm not going to go around and ask people, are you a Catholic, are you this, are you that, and the other. You presume, and things like that. I get what you're saying, Sean. I'm sure you agree with me. I get what you're saying. I know what you're saying. But, in terms of things, the vast majority of people I know, and I'm sure you know too, Sean, would celebrate Christmas. Because, again, people like that time of year. It's nice and calm, it's nice and relaxing. It's time for forgiveness. It's time for reflection too on the year, too, on the good year. Some people have a bad year. But it's a time to look forward to the new year too. To think about all we want to do tomorrow. But after Christmas will be bad now. I want the whole county to be bad. Because people be getting rid of wrapping paper. Because they sell any candles. They haven't finished them yet. So. Yeah, I know, but for you. But I'm not going to change, what I say. It's because in my opinion, it's not that offensive. But I understand where you're going, because some people do not, and I agree with you. And I've said that, made that clear. Some people do not celebrate Christmas, and that's fine. That's their opinion, that's their choice. Because again, you have a choice in the matter. But you're entitled to do that, Sean, and you're entitled to say to me, look, I don't celebrate Christmas. Here's why, X, Y, and Z. And I'm sure you agreed. I've been very open about that and said, that. But it's a good time of year. It's a nice time of year. You know what I'm saying. What they look like, which look. Oh, the Christmas card. No, I haven't got one. See, because they haven't been finished yet. Because they're working on it still and printing and stuff like that. So I haven't got one to show you, like for this year. But it'll probably be in the next week or so if I would have them. Because they're a bit late this year now with them. But anyway, we'll see what happens. We'll see how it goes. Because it seems like they have a few ready, I think. But I haven't seen them yet. But Ooh, I'm missing the comments. Ooh. No, yeah, hello, Miss Piggy. Sorry, I meant to say hello. Sorry. Hope you're keeping well. Hope you're having a good day. Well, hope not. But anyway, we'll see what happens after Christmas anyway. But usually around Christmas anyway, there'll be a lot of stuff. Food, leftovers, and things like that. It's a sad reality. Yeah, well, like from parties and stuff like that. It's a nightmare. It's a nightmare. But we'll not talk about that because we're waiting till the time comes, and then we annoy ourselves sort of when the time comes. As I say, Sean, it's entirely your opinion. And I'm not saying you shouldn't post if you wish to post and speak and say, look, we shouldn't say happy holidays. You're entitled to make that argument. I'm not stopping you. I'm just saying I would rather Merry Christmas or Happy Christmas. Things like that. And I'm sure you respect me for that opinion, because again, at the end of the day, it's up to people to choose. You can't really push people to say, you should say this, you should say that, etc., etc. Probably around 10 euro. That's my volume. But again, they haven't been out yet, so we're waiting until we see. Is this yolk cloud? No, it isn't. This yolk. No bother, I won't take you. I don't even know what he's referring to, to be honest with you. I don't know. I don't know what he's referring to, Sean, so I don't know. But yeah, Miss Piggy, just try and be a bit more pleasant, please. Thank you. That's all I say. I don't know what he's referring to and things like that, so he's not directing it at anybody. Making the chat and things like that. But not under Irish law, because it's not in law yet, Sean. It's in the process of being made into law under the Irish hate speech, which they're going to bring in. It's technically not law at the moment. So, Oh, I know, but maybe just don't, use that kind of language, please. Thank you. If you don't mind. We did Ashburn Pride of place in Navan, Navan Nepti. That's good. But yeah, I just say to people, try and be nice. It's Christmas time, as I said yesterday. Let's try and be nice. It's a time for forgiveness. It's time for being nice to each other, being kind. And that's what Christmas is all. It's the spirit of Christmas. No, they actually are. No, I think there was something passed in the Shannon. Yeah, I think they are working. There's a senator that's a traveller. That's in the Shannon. Yes, they are recognised as now. The government have put a lot of money towards travellers this year. They put something like 5 billion or something like that towards travellers. I think it was. Don't quote me in the numbers, but it was in the billions. Anyway, it was in the billions. It towards travellers and helping travellers out. So I don't know, but I think they're trying to pass that. I don't know. You probably would know as a political advisor. I don't know, but I've heard they've wanted to do something. But I know there's a senator that's a traveller. But they're going to pass. I don't know where it is in the stages of the House of the Oireachtas. But I know they were talking about it. But again, Sean, I don't know the full details.
Do you get Christmas holidays from? Yeah, I do get Christmas holidays. We get washing machine, tumble dryers. Yeah, like I had to get rid of a radiator there. What day was it? It was Wednesday. It was in the ditch. Like it was full on radiator. Like one of these yokes. One of these yokes behind me here. Full on radiator just dumped into shock. And this is the best part. Electronics and things are free. Like you go into the dump and just put them down. They're totally free. You don't have to pay a cent. And it's just bad manners. That's all. That's the problem with some of these people. It's just bad manners. What's the charge? What time are we at there? We'll soon be going. Ooh. I saw a normal Foley the other day in the dog. Very good. Oh no, that's not what he called it. It'll be 10 o'clock now. It'll be quite late now. And I'll be doing my own live, so. I suppose not that, it's only an hour, but it'd be different. Like, imagine if you were in Moscow or something like that, but yeah, it'd be later, wouldn't it? Moscow, because that's further away. Belgium's just a bit closer to Ireland than Moscow or Finland, or probably be a bit out of 2 hours, but it would be 11 o'clock in Finland, probably. Yeah, it would be 11 o'clock. Is it 11? Just let me check that. I'm actually interested. Good night. Oh, you're going out. Yeah, enjoy you're watching the movie. But just before you go, what are you watching? Just anything fun, anything good. Watching the Christmas movie. But yeah, have a good night, Alan. I hope you enjoy your film anyway. Enjoy the rest of your week. Enjoy the rest of the evening. And enjoy your film. What was I going to say? What time is it in Finland? What time is it in Finland? I could put out say Gita, but I don't know. No, Finland would be 1 time. So it is. I was right. I'm not slow. It is. It's just going on. Oh, Santa Claus the movie. Yeah, I watched that before. Yeah, you're going to enjoy it. Yeah, but I better not hold you up because you probably starting at 9, is it? But yeah, enjoy your film. I really hope you enjoyed. You have a bit of popcorn or something to eat. It'd be the life of the O'Reillys. But enjoy, Alan, and thank you for stopping by. So yeah, it's 11 o'clock in Finland. I'm not slow now. I know all my stuff. Yeah, it's going on 11 o'clock basically in Finland. Finland we are. Yeah, so it'll probably be a bit later now in Moscow. I said Moscow originally. What time is it in? What time is it in Moscow? Just for me, because I did say that first. I said it was further away and things like that. Let's see. I didn't put time on that. Moscow. Okay, so it's going on 12 o'clock at night. So it's basically midnight in Moscow. Isn't that what? Yeah. It's funny how, hear me out here. This might sound absolutely just stupid. But who came up with time systems? Like, who in the world came up with time systems and saying, Denmark's 2 hours in front of Arctic, for example. I'm just saying hypothetically. Or Finland's 3 hours in front. Or New Zealand's 10 hours. Like, who came up with that system? Like, who designated, like, United Kingdom's in Greenwich Mean Time and Ireland's in Greenwich Mean Time. And then Belgium's in a different, Belgium and the Netherlands and Luxembourg and France are in a different section. Like, who came up with that? Imagine somebody sitting down trying to work out, it's going to be this time in this country. Like, who sat down and actually done that? Like, imagine, I'd say it was back in the 1800s or something like that. But, how did they do it, I suppose? That's what I'm trying to ask. Did I pass? Did you ask me? Yeah. Well, what's the junior side? Yeah, I done the junior side, yeah. I think, I passed everything, yeah. I only scraped past maths now. I literally scraped within a few centimeters past maths. But still done my best, and that was it. I wasn't too bothered about it. I don't even know what my leaving sub was also. John Fremenstein. Yeah, but I don't know. Yeah, but how did he come up with it? That's a massive job. Like, I'm trying to work out how did he, how did he say, did he go to every country and say, it's not, like, I'm trying to figure out that. How did he come up? Did he go to every country, or did he look at the map and say, I don't know. Like it's interesting to know like how these things were came up with and how they implemented it, I suppose. In school, I'm not in school anymore, but yeah, there was a few people in my school had autism. Yeah. Because it's actually interesting how they were able to do that, particularly because again, I'm sure it was in the 1900s, was it? Before technology. Like now we can look it up on our computer like it's easy as pie. But back then, it probably would have took months, years to figure it out. If you get what I'm saying, John. Solar time, yeah. He published a set of conventions at the table in the early 16th century. Okay, I was talking about the 18th century, so going back to the 16th century. As soon as the appointment of the first war, that's interesting. So basically, I'm about 200 years short. Basically, that's what I'm saying. But yeah, it's incredible for that time. Like, you know, it is incredible what he was able to achieve in that time. Like that's back in the 1670. You know, like think about it. He probably had literally nothing to work with, basically. But yeah, it's quite interesting how he done it. Like even anything, like who came up with numbers and things like that, you know. Yeah, how did they? Like I often wonder to myself, how did they come up with it? Like how did they figure it out? Like take for example, every number in the AMP effect. Like how did they come up with the number 1, number 2, number 3? When was the first used? Things like that. I often wonder that to myself, and I watched some videos on it. Because it's interesting to see where the first humans came up with things like that. And like we think of it so common now, like the number 1 we say it off our tongue. But back years ago, they wouldn't be like, what's number 1 and things like that. Oops, sorry, the comments there. Hello, Shawnee. How are you? England won. Let's. Would you like to see them win the World Cup? If they win, I'd be happy for them. Let's put it that way. Oh, I know, but that's your opinion. Like Alan has given so many good effects too. Like particularly in music. I know you're saying about infectors, but this is music. I know it's a different kettle of fish. But if you see music and things like that, artists and things like that, you know, Alan's given a huge amount there. But I don't know much about infectors. There's a few teams infected in Ireland. Like, there's a lot more stuff. But I don't know what the, like, obviously the industrial age in England and things like that was obviously, you know, things like that. Where did you get the Christmas Josie from? The Christmas Josie, you're talking about the Josie, not the top, the jump up top. The Christmas Josie got it 2 years ago. It was in 2020. It was in 2020, yeah. They were selling it in the sports shop there. You wouldn't get it now because it was especially for that time. They only made a certain few. I think they only made about 10 or 15 of them, and they sold them. And I was lucky to get one. So yeah, that's back in 2020. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to think. I actually don't know, Sean. So you're probably gonna enlighten me on that. I wouldn't know infection, but again, I'm sure you agree. Yeah, Guinness. But I suppose would that be an infection? Would you call that an invention? You probably would, maybe, possibly. Again, I wouldn't be too technical. As you say, Sean, you have a PhD and things, so you would know probably a lot more than I would know about inventions and things like that. And especially me with my dyslexic, it would probably it wouldn't click sometimes in your head what you know yourself. That's actually true. The submarine, yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, I heard somebody say that once before. That's true, yeah, but I suppose it would be because of that. I suppose long ago, yeah, exactly. But not that long ago, I suppose, too, in the sense, because 1940s and 1950s was still very good. And it's not like 100 years, but I suppose it is a long time ago in sense. Like it is 50 years ago. But like it's the 50th anniversary of Calvin winning the Polo Grants. But still, yeah, I suppose, yeah. Like Calvin wouldn't win anything now. Like they won the Ulster Championship, obviously, but was he not Scottish? St. Patrick was Scottish, wasn't he? He was Scottish. How much? I think it was. How much was the jersey? I think it was €60. I think it actually was €60. 60 or 70. St. Patrick. I think it was. Scottish. Yeah, like that's like he was he was a slave and he was brought over to Ireland, and he's. Yeah, the Toadies too, sorry. I said that I was thinking about the last few years of Calvin success. I'm actually having a brain like it. Give me a second. I actually don't. I actually forget what I'm thinking. St. Patrick. What am I trying to phrase of that? What country was he from? I'm assuming Scotland because I was taught in school with Scotland. I remember that. He's a Roman, yeah. And so it says. So it says. It's a long time since I've thought now. I don't think he was Welsh now. I could be wrong. But I say Sean would probably know. Sean Duffin. I say he would probably know because I say he done a lot of stuff in school. I say. It looked again. You want me to show it again, like the top? You're talking about the top. I can get that in a second. Just give me 2 seconds. The hydrophone. I don't know what that even is, Sean. You're speaking too intensely for me. But yeah, like the Irish have invented some stuff. Yeah, let's put that way. I know the Industrial Revolution started in England and things like that. Obviously, they would have invented a lot more stuff and things like that. Yeah, that's what I always thought. I could be wrong, but Sean Duffy would know more, probably. Is Sean even here? So he probably gone. He could be here. I always thought it was Scottish. I could be wrong. But that's eons ago now. I suppose we could never probably know too. Because there wouldn't be probably any documentation. But yeah, do you know, Sean? Will you enlighten us with this? Because you would, yeah, again, you probably know more than me. Hello, team. Hello, the 3 Seans. Yeah, there's about 9 million Seans here. More Seans here than there is in the country. Oh, more, yeah, Roman British. Most likely Welsh. I didn't know that. I was taught in school was Scottish. He was a Scottish, brought up down. He was kidnapped by, brought to Wales as she put. Oh, yeah, that's true. He was kidnapped, yeah. That's true. I forgot about that, yeah. I didn't know it was Wales now. See, I'm getting confused. See, but it's long back in the day now. Like, I don't think there'd be any documentations or anything saying things like that. I say we want to go on by an assumptions and what people said, you know. Like second-hand accounts. You know yourself. Who's saying what and what? No, it says somebody called Mrs. Piggy in the chat. Don't mind that, Alan. Yeah, we'll go on for another few minutes because I said it was going to 9. We'll stay for another few minutes. Oh, sure, yeah, the Joes. You want me? Yeah, I get the Joes. Give me that. Oh, yeah, it's 21, sorry. It's 2021. It was last year, sorry, not 2020. I got that wrong. Oh, yeah. Yeah, so 21, yeah, I thought it said 2020. Well, I'm sure you know yourself, Sean. You know, you can get to do whatever you want with it. I suppose it's up to the state to look into it if you didn't pay any tax or whatever. But it's a nice jump now. I think it was around 60 to 70 euros. I know. But anyway, we stay for another minute or two anyway, because I have to chip off. And a second to inform the revenue. Well, if you may wish to. So it's entirely up to you. But sure, as you know yourself, Sean, as you said, you had to leave Ireland because the revenue kept taking your money. See, it was either 60 or 70. I think it was 60, but I don't know. It could have been, again, I can't remember exactly. But it was that, because it was a special limited edition, basically. Because there was only 15 to 10 of them made. So, you know, it would have been dear enough, because again, there was only 15 to 10. So obviously people would have been probably climbing up each other to buy it. But I suppose in the way, Sean, too, as you said yourself, things are so expensive. You know yourself. Oh, I know, but I'm sure in the day, like, take for example me, I buy loads of stuff, take for example, and all that's going to the government, and nearly half it's going to the government. Like, even for this top, like, when I bought it, probably half of that went to the government. So, you know, we're keeping them in a job, basically. But maybe I should go to the Belgian government and see, you know, I hope you're paying your taxes too. You know, like I could look into that if you know, like it's the same with everything. But you just have to understand people entitled to their own privacy. You can't be going around asking for their own privacy. But yeah, I would say. Oh, I know, but the government have a lot more. They have a lot of, you know, they have money. They have enough money to burn. Let's be fair. To the club. Yeah, it goes to the club. But again, I'm sure they're paying taxes on it because it's in the business. Because I had to go into the sports shop to buy it. Because it was in the sports shop. So, you know. Oh, I know, but I'm sure they would understand if I went to the Belgian embassy and asked. But, you know yourself. Even though I don't speak French, I'm sure they would understand if I went to the Irish embassy in Dublin now. But you know yourself. Like, there's ways can be combated to ask if you wish to ask. But yeah, we're not talking about people's finances because, again, that's their own business, you know. So we get out of that. We get out of that conversation. Because as I say, Sean, I wouldn't ask you how much is in your bank account. You know, I wouldn't do that because it's your own business, you know. And as I say, it's up to the revenue if somebody's not paying their tax. It's not up to me or you to judge them. Like where to where? I could walk into that. Like as I said, I went to Germany's embassy before. I went to the Portuguese embassy. No issue. I walked in. Nobody stopped me. Same if I went to the Kingdom of Belgium's embassy here in Dublin. I'm entitled as an Irish citizen to go in. You know, I have every right under the sun. If I wish to visit it, there's nothing I could do. As long as I didn't go in and say I'm going to go in and barge down the Kingdom of the embassy, you know. I know that, but I'm sure, I know you're speaking on a technical term now. Like, I'm sure they would let you, if I said I want to speak to the ambassador of Belgium as an urgent matter, I'm sure the ambassador would be like, fair play, I speak to you, no bother. You know, I'm sure he'd be like that now. Like you were saying that you think I'm a terrorist going in, you think I was on the Belgian watch list in this the revenue's always watch me. They're always looking out for me. The revenue always after these cabin people. Tell you the revenue, the biggest cut's going. Oh no, 5 years. Yeah, I know. Oh yeah, I'm not saying that, but a few minutes ago you were saying to me otherwise that you should inform the revenue. But the revenue probably would say, you know, he has a right to his privacy. I suppose it's the same way with you, Sean. You know, you have a right to your privacy. I haven't asked you what you do with your money. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I know GDPR. Yes, I know that. Yeah, but a few minutes ago you were sounding a different tune. Does that make any sense? Now, as soon as you mentioned about going to the Kingdom of Belgium's embassy, you sound a bit more. So it makes you more suspicious than you're looking, you know, at the moment. But if I wouldn't go there, I wouldn't do that. It's up because again, it's up to the Belgian authorities to sort that if anybody's breaking any laws, and I couldn't intervene in another jurisdiction. Oh, I know that, John. I know that, but I'm just saying that hypothetically, in terms of that. Anyway, we're not talking about any more finance. We leave that in the past. But yeah, anything else before I go? Because I'm just about to go now in a few minutes' time. How's your family looking forward to Christmas time? Yeah, we're looking forward to. Yeah, we're looking forward. I'm sure everybody's looking forward to it. Yeah. Oh, I'm over 18. Yeah, I'm over 18. But as I say to you, Sean, you're in a different state. It's up to the Irish authorities to do it. You know, if that's the case. But I've been advised by a few people. It's perfectly. It's my own money. I could do whatever I want with it. Because So. Oh yeah, I was just saying earlier on, but then it doesn't matter. But anyway, I think we'll go because I stayed longer than I said I was going to stay. So anything else before we go? So yeah, I'll probably be back tomorrow or so, give or take. If not, then sure, I'll be back at some other stage. I'm not saying about going to the King of Belgium. Why did I mention going to the King of Belgium? I said the ambassador. Of course, he would speak. He's in that country. The ambassador would speak. But anyway, you're basically saying, "Oh, I'm not important." So basically, you're saying to me, "I don't matter." Basically, that's what you're basically saying with that statement. But anyway, we'll leave it there. We're not talking about anymore about Belgium or anything. But anyway, I think we'll tip on now in a second. Let me see. Did I say that? More or less, you said I'm not as I'm more or less a peasant on the ground. That's basically what you're trying to say. I'm not saying I'm more important. Everybody's equal. Everybody's equal. No, even though you could be a king, at the end of the day, you're still a human being, regardless of who you are. You might have a crown on your head, but you're a human being, the same as me and you. You have to go to the toilet. You go to the same toilet, you go to the same box in the ground when you die. You're basically a human being. He's not a monster or anything like that, I'm sure you probably taken me as a monster, Sean, but anyway. But anyway. But anyway, look at lads, I think we leave it there. Let's go down. Oh, I know, but at the end of the day, where is he going to go when he drops dead? The same as you and me, Sean. We're all human. We're going to go to the box in the ground. We can't take our wealth with us. He can't bring his golden toilet with us when he does. That's what makes us equal in life. We come into this world with nothing, and we leave this world with nothing. As Big Tom says, we're going out to say, what was Big Tom in his song? He used to sing, we're going out the same way we came in, basically.
Oh, I know, but you're basically saying, the only Joe So is more important. Like, the only Joe So about him, take for example, keeps him in power. They could say in the morning, get rid of the monarchy. So. But anyway, I think we leave it there, so. Yeah, I think we leave it there. So thank you, everyone. Thank you, everyone, for being here. I'll probably be back tomorrow. And enjoy your G when you might be late for your movie too. So I talk to you later. Enjoy, everyone. Enjoy the rest of the evening. Enjoy tomorrow. If I won't be live probably later on. I know, not likely. But enjoy tomorrow. Enjoy the rest of your evening. And take care and goodbye.